Hello there, I'm Tim and he's John. This is How to Murder Blocks, a Minecraft adventure.
Hello.
Watcher.
I'm a little worried.
So we're currently stood on top of a fusion reactor, which is heating up quite considerably. 743 kilokelvins.
Do we need more heat?
According to the widget page with the stats on, it has an ignition temperature of 100 megakelvins. So you need a lot more heat, yes. We're only on 700. Wow, we've got 0.7 megakelvins at the moment. We need 100. I think you're going to need a lot more lasering. Anyway, we've managed to connect it up with some fuel tanks that it gave us as a quest completion, with some gas tubes there.
Lasering.
On there. Give it all the lasers you've got and we'll see what happens.
Full
Put
lasering.
this whole RORM thing in the thing there, which has got 10 DT fuel in, and I think if that gets hot enough it starts a reaction which will then cause the injected fuel to react into stuff. I've set an injection rate of 2, which it tells me is the minimum injection rate for air cooled. I think this is air cooled, we don't seem to have any water. Maybe if we flood this room with water we can run it faster or something. Okay, so he's cranked that up. We're up to 1.7 megakelvins. That's going to take quite a while to get to 100, looking at it. We need more lasers.
We've got all the lasers we can do. We're outputting more than we're putting in as well, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's always the problem with fusion, isn't it? It takes a colossal amount of energy to get it going, at which point it can then make more energy or something. That's their theory, anyway.
For all you undeveloped people out there, the clue is to bang the uranium together.
Well, that's fission, I think. That's a different thing. We're trying to do stuff with water. It's storing a lot of energy as well, and producing the same energy straight back out again, I think. Odd. Yeah. I don't really understand what's going on here. Maximum plasma temperature. Passive generation 200k tick. It produces steam if you water cool it as well. We're well past steam. So the plasma is at 2.7 megakelvins. We only need 98 megakelvins to go. I got a feeling this is going to take quite a while.
Yeah, we're about
should we
to
just run off and leave it unattended?
We can do, but I think we're about to run out of power.
Oh. Okay.
Like any second now.
I mean, the lasers are going to go off. So we don't have a developed enough infrastructure to run fusion, turns out. God, look at this. You can hear it humming. It's fantastic.
Lasers running out in 3, 2, 1. Bump.
It's going all flickery now. Yeah, so what does that mean?
Is the temperature still going up?
Well, I think you could potentially leave it. So look, heat's a little bit. It's going really slowly now.
It's looking quite stable though. The laser's not flickering anymore.
3.26. It's going to take about a week to get to the right temperature at this rate, though. I think we may have severely underestimated how this thing works.
Ah, but no, the input and the outputs are both going up, and they're slowly ticking up.
Oh, this thing is somehow producing energy from just its hot casing or something.
Don't ask where the energy is coming from.
Yeah, it's producing 4.5 kilo RF per tick, apparently. I don't know how. We're shooting it with a laser, presumably it's getting hot and some of that's turning back into electricity somehow.
We appear to be making power, though.
So we'll get there eventually then, I suppose, by logic. We could go do some witchery and listen for a bang. I don't know. What have we got? Plasma is now at 3.5 megakelvins. So only 96.5 to go.
Oh, hang on. The input and the output are dropping down now.
Yeah, this is producing less now, the cube. It's the temperature dropping. Yes, temperature's going down again now. Oh, God, how are we going to get this thing jump-started? We need a lot more lasers and some vast quantities of power to power them while it does its startup.
No, I think we need less. On fire.
Ran into the laser again. Priceless.
Okay, we have 3 lasers running.
Is that sustainable at your end then, off the big cube?
Don't know.
Naturally, that's going to then take... Nope, still dropping temperature over here. This is the real life problem with fusion, isn't it? Getting it to work economically. How do we power the lasers long enough and to get it hot enough to start its thing going. I mean, the good news is we don't lose anything for failing the attempt, and it'll all just sit there waiting until it does get to the right temperature.
Okay, we're down to one laser.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing on the temperature?
Still dropping. Quite fast now.
Yeah, everything's dropping.
It's all going cold. I think we might be running before we can walk, really, with this hypercube.
Possibly.
Well, that's disappointing. Looks like my backup system's going to be the save the day after all.
Let's use your backup system. Is it running?
It is. Come and see. I haven't shown everyone yet. Heat generators, passively doing lava.
Are they connected?
Yeah, some of them. I haven't finished building the place yet. So this is a heat generator block for mechanism. Now, this would have been an ideal thing to have discovered back when we were fretting about windmills. They produce 1.42 RF per tick each. So we just need about 300 million of them, I think.
That's right.
Running for a tick. Yeah, they're a very passive generator. You can also put coal or whatever, something burnable in the slot, and that generates somewhat higher, but I haven't done the piping for that. So I was just doing this as a side project while we were waiting to have the reactor save us from energy worries. But yeah. So I don't know. We have to drastically increase the amount of power we're producing before we can use that room. Oh, I found a gas turbine a gas generator in one of the
How did the power now?
systems.
Turn the switch on.
That only does 142 RF. Again, that's quite tiny compared to what we need. Yeah, you barely notice that. It's the massive array of windmills on the roof that's the main thing we're using at the moment. But making that run the lasers, power generating.
Well, what we really need it to do is charge our big battery enough to have enough to do it, to get all the power going. And then dump it all in one go. Have everything come back and fill it up again, and we're all happy, and we're generating power from nothing.
That's probably it. We need to massively store a vast amount of power. It's still dropping temperature now. It's that plasma. If you go to the heat tab and the plasma column, I think once that hits 300 or something, is it 300 or 400? Ignition temperature 100. So that's not so bad. We need to get that to 100 mK, and then it'll all start. I think it'll ignite, and away we go. More power than we'll ever need forever. But every time.
So how can we cut down on our power usage?
Well, it's getting the laser, isn't it? We need the laser to be really running as many beams as we can, probably more than we've already got there. I don't know. I mean,
I have a plan.
Not use anything in the base for a whole week, and then come back next week and have a go once the battery's full. But
solved it.
You've solved it. How have you solved it? You just disconnected all input to the battery. Okay,
that's is that input?
Yeah, it's good. It's storing. Yeah. Do you know how much energy per tick each laser uses?
No, but apparently we're using way more power than we need to elsewhere.
Well, there's a lot.
Let me turn the lasers back on and see if we've got enough to power it.
The AE system, for example, programming tables. There's some lasers that run the chip fabrication stuff we use.
There is nothing that can go wrong here. This cannot go badly at all.
Oh, I got to watch this. Oh, it's wrecking my beautiful room. Yeah. It's going to take quite a while to fill this mega battery.
Oh, I unplugged that from there, so...
A system probably not going to work either.
No, we lost the A system for now.
How did we live? Stone clubs. You're looking for a universal cable? You probably flew it at me.
No, it's fine. What I'm looking for is...
Oh, wow, Wow, what have you done? You just short-circuited the battery.
Ignore that. That usually leads to heat issues.
Yeah, I mean, you see what a Galaxy 7 can do if it goes wrong. This battery is quite a lot larger. What are you doing?
I'm trying not to go near the PTP tunnel.
I'll just right-click and take the PTP tunnel off. That's just me experimenting with
That's
providing
fine.
power into the...
There we go.
Right.
Lasers. Are we going up or down?
Don't know.
Up!
You're going up? How? Perpetual energy.
At the moment,
temperature's climbing. It's going
everything's
up.
going up at the moment. That's good, because the idea is if we get enough power off the roof with no other drains on it, then we can kickstart this, plug everything back in.
Yeah.
Lights
okay,
come back
so,
on. We can teleport out of here before the explosion.
Well, yes. Remember, Audrey's out there and it's still hungry. Yeah, okay, so now we're gaining about 0.01 MK per second.
And still building up.
Yeah. We need many more lasers. This is taking a long time to heat.
No, it's building up power. More lasers are just going to make the main problem worse.
Well, yeah. But
let's see where this one maxes out once it's up to speed.
When's it up to speed, though? Because this is... The temperature's climbing very slowly on it, and I don't know if
but the power draw from the lasers is still climbing.
Oh, because it's a self-sustaining thing, because it somehow... When you shoot it with a laser, it produces more power, which feeds back in.
And the lasers are dragging everything out of the battery. Oh, it's got to 745 and...
Oh, we're stabilised now at 3.84 on the...
744.
Temperature stopped at 2.8. Oh, this is never going to work.
743.
We need it to be much hotter. It's stopped at 2.6. That means we do need
going
more
down
lasers, I think. Yeah, we can't do it. We need to basically, we have to fill that battery over a week or something of real time, and then dump it all at once into a massive array of lasers.
No, I think the lasers will take it.
Oh no, it's not getting any hotter. That's the point, though.
Yeah, that's because we've maxed out the amount of power available.
So it's all about more power coming in.
738 in and out.
The lasers will probably use as much power as they can get.
There's no indicator as to what they can use, is there?
I think there isn't a limit, no. Yeah, it's just stabilised at 2.8 MK.
Oh, they're putting in loads of power, and yeah, they take loads more. Okay, so
we just need a lot more energy to get it going, and probably more lasers so that it happens faster. So we don't. Well, yeah. Did you cancel the cell job I was doing anyway? I was trying to increase the capacity on the battery. Okay. The problem is, do we even have enough total capacity on the battery? I don't know what the maximum amount of RF we can store is. Is that enough to sustain it long enough to make the lasers fire to kick it all off?
I don't know. It's currently saying we've got 22 something out of minus something.
Oh yeah, there's a bug I think on the ports tooltip. You need to just right click and actually look inside. Some sort of wraparound integer problem.
You see, the power on this is going up, and as that number goes down, because of the hideously overpowered power cell thing is going down, it should just peter out on what the wind can give it.
Yeah, we're still getting residual drawback off of the back end of the reactor core.
So, basically, we need to leave it for a week with the AE system off and the lasers off.
We need to go on holiday. Go to the beach or something. Start a new base somewhere.
Why can't we just cover this before Christmas?
Well, yes. It would have been an ideal time to muck about with all this. What would be useful is having a wiki or a guide somewhere that tells us precisely how much power we need to accumulate and how many lasers we need, because otherwise...
Spoilers.
Well, yeah, we could try and figure it out ourselves, I guess, but we might just get it wrong again next time, only burning a week's worth of power to not quite make it. I don't know. In this way, we could perhaps work on developing... I don't know, what else we got? Steam boilers? What's the next best way to generate energy?
Would making this water-cooled help, just to get the reaction rate up a bit, to cut down the amount we need?
Water? I don't even know how that works. You have to fill this room with water, I think? Or has it got another import somewhere? That's the thing on the top. See, we're building a reactor that doesn't have instructions. So there is a water bar chart and a steam bar chart on this thing. I don't know where. Does that mean another port with a water pipe going in, or a steam port coming out?
Air-cooled has a passive generation of 200 kRF.
Air-cooled seems easier. Yeah, they both got the same ignition temperature, though.
Yeah, but the water-cooled seems to have a lower passive generation.
But it produces 75,000 millibuckets of steam per tick, which we could then pipe into steam generators, or whatever, engines, tinkers, swayers.
Yeah.
That's the thing there. So your passive generation goes down, but you've got a load of steam you can then route off to somewhere else to make more energy somehow. Sounds complicated. I think the air-cooled is probably the best way, but we just need to get enough energy to get 100 megakelvins worth of laser through the front door. Otherwise, it's not happening. Yeah, it's dropped down to 200 RF in output now. It's basically cooled down to nothing. So, yeah, I mean, technically speaking, we don't need to do this thing at all. We've ticked off the book page, but it'd be nice to get it running.
I'm going to reconnect the main power.
Yeah, plug it all back in. There we go. Everything running again.
And everything's interesting. If we had this running on a timer, so it ran every couple of minutes, that would be interesting.
So, yes, we're not going to get much more done with this reactor thing today, I don't think, but need to come up with a better way to generate more RF with which to...
I'll add more wind generators.
Well, I suppose it mirrors the real-life problems of fusion reactions, isn't it? If you can make enough energy to make fusion reaction work, why not just use the energy you've made? Why do you need fusion?
Yeah.
The hot fusion is a thing. I'm sure they've done it in real life, but you can't do it sustainably or economically yet. So, what do you reckon? Shall we carry on tinkering with this, or...?
Well, I think that there's not a lot left to tinker with that until we get more power. And making more power is going to be a bit of a pain.
What other power generation have we got? I don't know if you make enough hydrogen fast enough to power loads of gas turbine generator things. Each one of those gas turbine generator, or the gas burning thing, that outputs 142 RF per tick. But it consumes hydrogen at a fair old rate. You'd have to massively increase your hydrogen production and storage and all the rest of that.
Biogenerators, solar, heat generator, wind. Yes, lots of different ways.
Looks like we are losing power at the moment anyway.
That's because we're driving loads of junk.
Making lots of stuff, probably. Yeah, all the iron chipsets are being made. The programming table with the lasers up there, that probably uses as much as it can get.
Yeah.
But we need chipsets to make other stuff. Power as a whole, a game in itself. Universal cable. So these heat generators are all very well, but they make about 1/10 of each wind turbine. Need loads and loads of those. We can cover all the nearby hills and wind turbines, I suppose.
Yeah.
Again, that's not even covering our existing production costs at the moment. We're taking slightly more than we're getting in, by about 200 RF per tick. So the chips are finished, are they?
God, no.
No. Yeah. So we're already not really breaking even. That's even without these laser nightmare. What are the generators, are they? There's all those steam boilers and biomass and all that sort of thing. I think there's a mariculture tide generator. We got various solar ones as well.
Is there a nice one that takes lava, because we're good at lava?
Yes, these heat generators.
Is there a better one that takes lava?
Hang on, that's wait, bucket of lava. Let's have a quick look at the heat generators. We'll see what they're doing. Fire essences. I'll grab one of these. So passively, when surrounded by lava blocks or flowing lava, they make 1.42 RF. Stick a bucket of lava in. It goes up to 37.65 RF, but it doesn't. Only lasts a few ticks. So you'd have to continually feed them with lava. Quite a lot of it as well. It goes up to 37 instead of 1.4. Still not huge, is it? I mean, the gas turbine does 142, but you have to keep finding hydrogen from somewhere. I mean, the redstone flux cube from the Britannia, we could build some kind of bomb-based reactor to shoot mana pulses into a redstone thing instead of the Britannia pulls. Don't know about that. It's quite complicated to work out the numbers for that.
What if we just take all the mana from that and put it into power?
I don't think it's going to be that efficient. Wind generators, solar panels, advanced solar generators, biogenerator, generator, mariculture. I don't know, there's that kind of water wheel thing you can build. Big long bladed tidal thing that you can build with mariculture, but I'm not sure how useful that is either. I think whatever we have, we're going to need vast arrays of these things storing huge amounts of energy in this big old battery. And that's not going to happen while we're running all the usual stuff upstairs.
I think we just need to have upstairs turned off and fill it.
Yeah, okay, well that'll be something for another week then, clearly. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the total capacity of this battery actually is.
Quite big.
I don't know, I've added loads of blocks, but it doesn't tell you the whole... It tells you how much is in the bar chart, but it doesn't tell you how big the bar chart goes. Although, we got... So it tells you how much throughput you get. We've got 14 million RF in there, just under 15 million RF, and it's not even registering on the bar chart, so that's probably less than 1%. That probably, if it was full, it probably would have enough.
Yeah, I think it probably would.
I think we could probably do with more lasers anyway, though, to accelerate the speed at which it fills up.
Well, we've got more lasers.
That's probably a plan then.
We got another 10 lasers.
Set this whole tunnel up with laser and amplifier arrays, and then come back next week when we've got a full battery and see if we can get it running. Mind you, if we've got a full battery and we start this reactor going, where are we going to put the existing new energy?
That's fine. Don't care.
You just want to start it to see it go.
Once it's going, will it stay going?
Until it runs out of fuel, and then the whole thing will shut down, presumably, and then we'll have to start the whole thing again. And we've got tanks on the side that have got 93,000 units of each fuel.
And we're definitely not making enough fuel.
So when those tanks are empty, we're not going to be able to sustain this thing anyway. I think we need a much more tailored, bespoke industrial setup with all the right machines in the right proportions to make it run continuously. Which is a lot of work.
Well, not really. We've got most of them in the A system anyway.
I don't know. We'll have to
no, we do. They're in the A system. We got given them as quest rewards.
No. I think we have to we're talking like 20 or 30 production systems for each fuel type, that kind of thing. All these solar neutron activators and all the rest of it. You know, massively sort of duplicating up to what we
There are 18 solar neutron activators in the AE system. Like I was saying, we got an awful lot of them as crystal ones.
Okay. Well, it depends. Do we want to run this reactor as a showcase to see if we can, or do we want to run it as a serious attempt to balance our energy books?
I think we should be trying to run it as a serious attempt to balance our energy books.
Okay. Well, that's gonna
Before we check out, we need to make sure that we leave this world in a worse state than we find it.
Right. Well, yeah, okay.
Okay, so from between now and the next episode, we're going to build up something like an industrial mega city.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
So join us next time when we're going to completely ravage the world.
See you later.
Goodbye.